So the BYU-Utah rivalry was, when I was here, we would have killed each other over a game of marbles.
Our rivalry with BYU was unprecedented. They were the one team that we just had to win, and most of the time we did. I was kind of sad to see when the leagues realigned and BYU was not a home and away series, but that was the one game that you could always get up for. You wanted to beat the Cougars.
When they were out of the conference, I just thought, oh my gosh, not to have that. You have to have those rivalries. And they were the most fun, the most aggressive, the most hyped games of the year, and there's nothing like it. There was no love between those two schools, and even now to this day, I have no love for that school. And I can't believe once the rivalry starts again, people in Utah will understand really what the inner feeling is when you play those contests. And I mean in any sport, it doesn't matter.
But that was the one game you could count on the schedule that we were actually going to have a lot of fans. It was going to be very, very competitive. It was going to be very lively. It was one of the games every year that you could count on that the Utes were not going to lose.
Controlled by Utah, they're in the red, and BYU going with the blue. Well, it's meaningful when the teams can't agree on how many games all time have been played. You ask BYU, they say this is the 112th meeting. You ask Utah, they say it's the 110th.
So I think just it's an excitement behind that game and just the adrenaline. I mean, I think you feel a little extra motivation to get that win whenever we play the team down south, for sure.
We're the best of the best basketball, and it's a great opportunity for us to get better, but also just show what kind of grit we have.
I think in high school and stuff, there was little rivalries and everything, but to have two major college sports teams in the same state, I think that's just a different level of intensity and energy.
Growing up, you always want to play against the best of the best, and being in the Big 12, I'm excited to play a lot of great competition, and obviously there's a big rivalry with BYU, but just excited to be able to play them twice this year.
I think that's really cool. Even just in general, rivalry games are always my favorites, so I can't wait for that game.
BYU is obviously our in-state rival, so bleed red or bleed blue. We all bleed red, and you want to prove that, obviously. And I think there's this definitely heated rivalry element. I don't think I really understood that until coming to Utah, but it means something. It means something to our team. It means something to the fans, and obviously you want to show up and win that game.